Everyone get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, welcome to one of my replays. It's the AMX 5100, it's Lakeville. I actually decided the other day, because this is a very recent replay indeed, to take the AMX 5100 out in a random battle, and I haven't done that in a while. I've played it a bit in 742s and tank company battles, but I haven't really played it much at all for maybe the last 2 months in just random battles. So I just was flicking through my garage and I thought, okay, it's been ×3 crew experience and this crew nearly has brothers in arms, so it seemed at least worth getting the daily if nothing else. So this was the first battle in this of the day. Turned out to be quite a nice one, although also frustrating in its own way. I had a recent replay where somebody was basically built out of a nice medal by a teammate who was effectively trolling them, intentionally or not, by taking the last kill with when it was a tank that was on fire and taking its last 11 health, and it turned out from the score screen that that was literally the only shell that that guy had fired in the whole battle, and the only effect for the team was to deprive Bear on PC, who actually set the replay in, of a I think it was Radley Walters medal. So that can happen sometimes, but also sometimes the game can just decide that it's going to troll you itself. You know, never mind other players. RNG can just decide that things aren't going to go quite according to plan. So I'm moving up into a well, you can see I'm basically going where the mediums are going, and we're not really encountering too much resistance so far. So that's, we can tell the stuff on the way, and the enemy team does have a few tier 8 heavies, but being top tier in the 5100 is really nice because your clip, if you get at least average rolls from every shell, you can basically one shot, well, one clip another tier 8 heavy. Now it's a good thing I moved just then, because otherwise I would have gone face full of artillery shell, and when you're in a 5100 that hurts. When you're in a French anything, that hurts. That IS-3 is actually side-scraping, which is not a bad idea at all, but it does mean just me charging around the corner. I'd have to basically get up right close to him to actually unload my clip and be able to damage him. So instead I go for the target I know I definitely can damage. I go for that KV-1S. Feel a bit bad picking on the fella, but you know, it was damage I could definitely do, so that's preferable to bouncing my shells on the side of an IS-3. And by the time I charge that guy, I mean, we've just seen he's actually got backup, so I would have to charge down there, put my remaining 3 shells in his side, or 4 shells as the case may have been, if I hadn't finished off that KV-1S, and then I've got to back all the way up, and I've taken, what, 2 or 3 hits in the process, so not worth it. There's a KV-3 coming around here though, and that's great because that actually blocks the IS-3 who's side-scraping, so I can just pop out. And he fires, but it bounces, so that was obviously at a ricochet angle. Now there we go, that one's just about average, but I have the 2 shots on either side were severely below average, so even though I put 3 shells in, 3 shells with average roll would have been 900, and that, if one of those had been just slightly higher, I'd have gotten that KV-3, but no, RNG said no, and so 3 shells got me 857 damage, which is, yeah, that's quite annoying when somebody gets away with 1 health, and it's because you get a series of low rolls. So I'm nearly reloaded, and I do like this feature of 8.11, the fact that, especially for auto-loaders and I guess artillery as well, things with a long reload, is that you can tell your teammates exactly how long you've got left to reload, and that's really useful information to be able to give. T-34-3 gets that 1 health guy, which, okay, it means I don't have to waste a shell, and then get to finish with IS-3. I do take a shell in the process, but, oh, hello. T-28 prot. Now he fired and missed, and that means I can finish him off. I've got 1 shell left, 2 one-hit kills. I probably should have gone for the KV-4 as the higher priority target, but the T-25-2 was the one that was right in front of my face, so that's the guy I took. Now I've got to reload again, and I'm... okay, rhyme at all. He fired at the guy behind me, which is okay, but that means I've got to keep myself safe from 2 tanks for at least the next 20 odd seconds. The Tiger P is quite low health. That AC-48 is unfortunately dead. Good thing that these guys are both basically one-shot kills though. That's useful. I just need to hold on. And I could take the hit here, but I'm actually... You see the KV-4 is looking at me, so I think, okay, Tiger P comes up, but misses at point-blank range, so whoops. However, the KV-4 turns to look at the Tiger P. I go forward, and there's that amazing gun depression. Yeah, I actually have to drive all the way into his face before I can actually shoot him, which is unfortunate because he then is able to kill the Tiger P. So there's the Rheinmetall, able to finish him off again, and 6 kills. Okay, 3.2k damage. That's pretty good, and I've come out of it only taking 1 hit so far. Now, that did involve... you have to be quite mercenary in a way when you're playing this tank in random battles, because you've got to be able to rely on your teammates to take the hits whilst you're dishing out damage, and while you're reloading, more importantly. So, side of the AT-15A, I can finish this guy off, right? Oh, take a hit from the AC-100. Being cautious because I know... Oh, thanks. Being cautious because I know that the ISU's there still. But I really wish that AT-15A shell hadn't bounced, because I have another kill now. But I've got to reload, and oh, I'm so close to a Radley Walters. I'm so close. If only I'd had that KV-1, that would have been nice. If only that shell hadn't bounced on the AT-15A, that would have been really nice. I could have had a Radley Walters. But there's still a chance, you guys. There's still a chance. Another 20 odd seconds until I finish reloading, and I'm staying completely safe until I'm relatively close to being reloaded, and then I make my move, because you've got the speed to be able to do that on the 5100. It's basically got medium tank speed. Now, AT-15A is really low health, but he gets killed just as I pull up, so I'm going to rely on my reload speed. Okay, there we go. A high roll will do it. No, just over average. Someone else gets the kill. So, nope. Radley Walters, RNG says no. Yeah, report RNGs for unfair playing, because that was just... yeah. I still did pretty well out of that, though. That was a good match. If I didn't have my mastery already, that would have been it. I got a Line of Sinai ribbon and a Reaper ribbon. I got a Top Gun. I got the... oh god, is it Tank Sniper? Whatever it is. For doing the most damage over 300 meters. And I also got the medal for doing the most damage of anyone in the team. 4.6, nearly 4.7k damage in a tier 8 battle. That's pretty nice. I'd be happy with that in a tier 10 battle, much less a tier 8 battle. So yeah, that was good. It was a good match, and it was, I think, pretty textbook for a AMX 5100 match. Everything went right, more or less, apart from those low damage rolls where if I'd had just a bit more damage, I could have had a Radley Walters, and if I'd aimed a little bit more carefully at that AT-15, maybe I could have had him. And you know, that one was potentially my fault, but the rest was just outside my control. So 20 shots fired, 20 hits, 19 penetrations. That one bounce, that one bounce. But yeah, that was a pretty nice match. And I got, because I actually fulfilled 2 mission bonuses with that, I walked away with a really healthy profit. I would have made a nice profit anyway, because I took hardly any damage. But on top of the profit I would have made, I got another 125,000 from the mission bonuses. I also got some XP. And because it was ×3 crew experience, you know, my crew did pretty well out of that. So that was quite a nice match all round. So 5100, yeah, it's a nice tank, and it does rely on your teammates actually being good enough to keep you alive while you're reloading. And in that match, that worked out quite nicely. Even though they all died in the process, I kind of reloaded just in time to take out those last few enemies in the town. So it did all work out in the end. So, if you enjoyed this slice of French auto-loading action, you can hit the like button, you can leave a comment below, you can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.